What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode here at Tremors. Today, obviously, we're not off-roading today. We are getting ready to go to the Rubicon. So with getting ready to the Rubicon requires some installation, a couple new things, and we're also going to show you what the new wheels for the Gladiator are going to look like. Mr. Kurt is back there. We're going to check out his Gladiator also, but we're going to get the Gladiator fitted with a couple things, and then we'll show you what the new beadlocks that we're rocking are going to look like. And then, yeah, we'll show you the process of installation and what we're going to do. But today we're installing three different things. We're doing a bed rack, we're doing AC power to the back, and then we're showing you the brand new beadlocks and what we're going to put them on. Later on in the future, we'll show you what tires they're going to have and everything like that. But today we're doing a couple installs, and then we'll do the unboxing on our brand new beadlocks that are going on the Gladiator. So stick around, let's get it. All right, so first things first, what we're going to do is, I used to have this bed rack on the Gladiator. It's the Western Overland Cargo Rack. So what we're going to do is we're going to reinstall it. So what we're going to do is, Mr. Kurt already did it to his Gladiator. So if you guys haven't seen Kurt's Gladiator, it's on tons, 40s, all the goodies, but we shortened it. So if you look at his rack from here to there, it's shortened, and from here to here, now he can fit his tire up there. He has a little bit more space so he can reach in. So that's exactly what we're gonna do to my Gladiator. We're just gonna copy what he did. So we're gonna unbox the rack. If you haven't seen it, I do have a full install on this rack. So we'll briefly show you what it looks like, and then we'll show you the cutting process and the fitment, how it fits on the Gladiator. But this does mount to your Mopar rails, so it fits nice and snug, and it doesn't shift or anything. So we're gonna custom fit it a little bit, but it is a Western rack. If you are looking for a cargo rack that fits your Gladiator and it doesn't sit up high, this is a perfect rack for you to get. We're gonna get on it. The Western cargo rack comes in two pieces. You'll get the first piece, which is the base, and then you get the rails in a separate box. They are 45-inch rails, but we are gonna shorten them a little bit. But they're really nicely packaged. Again, I do have a full install for this, so go check it out. So we're gonna go ahead and open it all up, and then we'll show you how much we're gonna shorten it by, and we'll get it going. Let's get it. All right, so first things first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mount the rack. So the rack's gonna get mounted onto here, and it's a pretty simple rack. Again, it mounts to the original Mopar pieces, but it's really cool because it does give you that space. So even if you put a rooftop tent, it keeps the level of the roof all even, which is really, really nice. But yeah, we're gonna put this on, then put the other one, kind of measure how far we want it out, and then you can kind of shorten it or make it as long as you want. But we're gonna make it just like Kurt's, and he's gonna put the tire up there, and then we're gonna make some mounts so that way it stops it from smashing into your window, and we'll strap it all down, and it's gonna be Gucci. I think he shortens it out by, how many inches did you say you shortened it? By 12? Yeah, he shortened his by 12, and he puts a 40 up there, and it fits perfect. Alrighty team, so we're jumping along pretty much everywhere, but what we're doing now is we grabbed a plate of aluminum. Kurt's measuring it up. It's 4.5 by 4.5. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it to fit in this little square, and then we'll bolt it on from the inside and make sure it looks really nice. But we're gonna waterproof it and everything. Right now, he's measuring all the dimensions and everything to make sure it works. And all we're gonna do is gonna screw this piece onto this piece just like that, and then we'll mount it onto the actual port. I did forget the loom that I was gonna use to wire it all up. So what we're gonna do is just we're gonna make sure it's mounted, and then I'll make sure I wire it when I get back to the house. But there it is. Alrighty team, so as we wait for Kurt to get it together back there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna unbox the rims that we have. We did pick them up from Fittipaldi, so they are kind of jumping into the off-road realm, and I'm gonna be probably one of the first few that has a beadlock and actually go beat them up. We're gonna open them up, I'll show you the model, all that good stuff. The description will be below, but we'll also show you what they look like, and then all the offsets, all that good stuff. They are a 17-inch wheel. We are putting them on the Gladiator for the Rubicon, so let's get it. All right, so like I said, these are Fittipaldi Offroad. There it is right there. So I actually knew this brand from when I used to race cars and whatnot. And if you guys know anything about the racing scene, Fittipaldi used to race. So he has his own off-road wheel. This is the FB150. It's in a machine silver, 17 by 9, -15, 5-on-5. It is a Jeep wheel. There's the picture there. And then we'll show you what it looks like. My plan is to open them all up and then take the ring and go powder coat it either in the orange or the green that's on the Project X's. So we're gonna do something like that. But we're gonna go ahead and open it up and show you what it looks like. And then like, these are gonna be fitted to Falcon RT's 38s, and then that's what we're gonna be rocking at the Rubicon. So here we go, and that's Topo Chico. If you guys don't drink that, you should. So as promised, we're gonna open one up. Kristen's gonna help me open it up and unbox it just to kind of show you a quick look. We are gonna put these on Falcon RT, so we're just gonna do it real quick, and then I'll show you a more in-depth look as we put them on and do all that good stuff. But she's opening it up. Obviously, slight tape. Watch your fingers. You're not supposed to cut it towards you. She almost took her whole finger off right now, Kurt.
I know.
Jesus. She scared me. That would have been the worst thing on video. All right, so as we go, it does have like a little, rim protector. It's like a little hairnet that pretty much all the rims have. You can start seeing it poke out. So we're gonna take this off. Kristen's gonna help me out. We took that off. And you see it has a nice protective, little foam piece around it, so that's pretty nice. We're gonna take these bolts off first. So take that side off. So now we're gonna take the ring off, and the ring is a forged aluminum piece, so it's super fancy. So we're planning to either make this orange or Project X green, but now we're gonna show you the wheel. So another cool thing that Fittipaldi did do that I noticed right off the bat is they give you this like spreadsheet on how to install it. Gives you the pattern on how to do it, what to do, what not to do, how to seat it correctly. So make sure that whenever you're using beadlocks that you either take it to professional or seat them correctly, because these even have numbers, tells you exactly how to do it. So that's pretty cool of them. And now Kristen, ready? 1, 2, 3, ka-chow! So there it is. It's a super pretty machined wheel with a silver back. So that's gonna stand out, especially once we do the ring in a different color. The Gladiator is gonna look really nice. These are -15s. And yeah, I think they're just gonna look awesome. Shout out to Fittipaldi for hooking these up. And we're gonna test the living hell out of them. So we're gonna find out if they hold up to Rubicon and if they hold up to everything else that we do. As you guys know, this is probably my 4th or 5th set of wheel on the Gladiator now. And everybody has performed well. Even the Reiki ones were great. I just wanted to go back to a beadlock. They also have like the inserts that are steel, so it's not an aluminum piece that's getting ruined. If something happens, you can pull that out, stick another one in there. So that's really nice of them. But one last thing that we have to do with these wheels is once we put the tire on it, see how good they balance. That's something that a lot of people struggle with. We are going to put the RTs on them and do it here in the next couple of days, so we'll let you know what that looks like. But there it is. The new wheel for the Gladiator is a Fittipaldi. Super fancy. Let's go. Alrighty, so I didn't show you guys in detail what the bead ring actually looks like, but it's fancy. It's got their name on it. It's got these little nice etches on the actual ring, and it is forged, so it's really, really nice. It should seat really, really well. I mean, a lot of rings are really nice with this one, but this just looks like they did a really good job, and it's very lightweight, so it should be really, really strong once we put all the bolts and everything in there. But yeah, there it is. But now we're gonna go back to Kurt, see what he's doing over here, trying to get the rack back in, and then we're gonna measure up, start cutting. Yep. And then the last thing we're gonna do is wire that up. So I did buy a 12 volt that's gonna go back here, and it actually has a USB 2. I wanna wire this to be completely hot at all times, so that way when I put the fridge back here, we have food that's cold and chilled the whole time we're on the Rubicon. And that plug looks just like this one right here. So it'll actually give you an indicator. It has a 12 volt there, an indicator with USB here. And then what I did to the Gladiator that most Gladiators haven't done, and is an option, Weston carries an actual 3rd battery skid plate that goes underneath. So it's underneath right here. So we have a small one for the start-stop system. We have a regular one, and then I actually put a 3rd one right below here as an accessory. So that way we can wire pretty much anything we want, and the alternator charges everything together. So we're gonna get into it though. Kurt, let's get it. Alrighty, so these are the side rails. They're all cut and ready. So we're just gonna clean them up a little bit on the side, put some spray on them. And what these are, so you can see both racks, this is a good example, is we have this side here, and then this is the complete version. So these are cool because it's already tapped and ready for screws that they give you. They're included in the kit. Usually this would extend and be out to about here, the full size of your bed. So the rack would sit that long, but since we're gonna put coolers and stuff here, we wanna be able to reach into it. So the tire will be right up above. It's gonna look really nice. We're working on this one. We're gonna be twinning. Shout out to Weston for hooking it up. Their bed rack, I've used it like 2 or 3 times. I've either sold the other one or given it away to somebody else because we changed the style. But it held my RTT tent and it was really, really good. Again, it keeps you kind of roof level, so it's really, really nice. If you are considering to buy one, I would look into it. They also have it for the Tacoma, so definitely check it out. Alrighty, so now that the sides are done, we're cutting the top. So same process, we just lining them up, measuring them, and then once we put them up top, you just bolt them on correctly. So these ones, the only thing that does happen is these are capped on one side really nice. The opposite side won't have the cap, but you're gonna screw them up at the top right there, then on the top right there. You do get 2 rails, so the cool thing is that when you do shorten it, the tire fits and touches all the 4 corners, so you don't need extra rails. If you decide to mount it at, as the full rack, it does kind of bow in the middle, so keeping it shorty for your extra tire does work really well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut these down and then go ahead and mount them up and get it ready. So we're just about done with the rack, and then we're gonna move on to the next piece. I did spray a couple of these just to kind of see what paint matched the best. These rails will go back onto the actual Gladiator next. Alrighty team, so this is what the plate's gonna look like. That's gonna go there. So we do have to trim those little round areas a little bit more to get everything to fit. So once this goes on there, the 2 plugs will be on this, and then those will be wired down to my 3rd battery. So again, I do have a 3rd battery that's gonna run hot the whole time. And the fridge does have an auto stop if your battery is getting low, but we shouldn't have any issues. but it is a 99 core, so this is something that we're definitely going to test before we go to the Rubicon. I'm just going to throw the fridge back here and just let it kind of run and see what happens. But this is the cool ass plate that Mr. Kurt made. It's all of aluminum, and then we're going to use some clips to hold it, and it should be just right. So let's get it. Alrighty team, since I'm going to be wiring it at home, I did want to show you what it looks like. So it's actually pulling the voltage there. You can barely see it. It's 14.2 right now, but just wanted to test it, make sure everything worked, and it looks like everything is hot, working correctly. So what we're going to do is, once I get it all put back into its place back there, I'll wire it all correctly. I'm actually going to use some thicker wire and then loom all this, waterproof it, and make sure everything is okay. And then this will sit in the back of the Gladiator. But that's another way to do it. And I did buy these on Amazon, so it's a relatively easy fix, and they all have their own adapters. Everything's pre-wired, and it even has a fuse right in the center. I'm going to fuse it with something bigger, so that way it doesn't you know, burn anything up, and make sure it's working correctly. But yeah, that's what it is. And then we made this plate. It's really nice. So if you do have a Gladiator and you do not have the plug in the back, you can buy the Mopar one, or you can get something a little bit cheaper. You'll have to do a little bit of customizing, but it ends up working out really well. There it is. So we're going to put this on and show you what it finally looks like on the actual Gladiator, and we'll keep it pushing. Alrighty team, well, I just wrapped up here with Kurt. Shout out to Kurt, thank you for all the help. But we did install that 12 volt in the back. We just have to finish wiring it, but I have all that stuff in my house, so we're going to do that there. I did show you the new wheels that are going on the Gladiator, the Fittipaldi Offroad beadlocks. So hopefully you guys like them. You guys will be seeing them on the Gladiator. I do plan on putting some kind of color on the wheels themselves. But shout out to Fittipaldi Offroad. They are really nice wheels. I'll do like a more in-brief breakdown once I do the tire mounting and all that stuff on them. So far, so good, man. They are beautiful wheels. Again, they're FB 150s. They're negative 15, and they're in a 17-inch wheel. So we are going to put the 38s from Falcon and the RT spec. And then we put the rack on it. So we're going to put the spare up there. And we're just kind of prepping for the Rubicon. So I still got to do rear brake lines. We got to do the sway bar end links on the rear. We got to do the shafts in the rear. We were planning to try to get it re-geared, but it might be too close to the Rubicon, so we're not sure if we're going to get that done. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of all over the place, but I did want to bring you guys along for some of the stuff that we have to do behind the scenes. I appreciate all the support. Make sure you hit that sub button if you haven't already. We're chasing 10K. We're halfway there. And hopefully we can get there before the end of the year. If we do, we'll have a big-ass party, bring all kinds of food, and have a good time. But appreciate you once again. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, all that good stuff, even TikTok. I still have some t-shirts and some sweaters left over if you guys want to hit me up. I do have sticker packs also. All right, team, so I'm going to let you guys go. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next time.